So here we are again, Michael, and we're going to talk about the 203K loan and what that is and how it works and how it can help some agents and some buyers um, get some deals going. So my name is Laura Fournier. I'm with Nations Lending, and I help my clients sift through all the things that go on in the mortgage world so that I can help them get their financing together and buy the house that they're dreaming and hoping to buy and move into. So how are you, Michael? Introduce yourself.
I'm doing great. Michael Kurchanik, Macintosh Realtors. It's an honor to be here yet again with you, Laura. We never seem to run out of topics because every week there's either something we have just been working on that we want to share with the public, or it's kind of a hot topic in the media, right? And I think the 203K loan topic today, Laura, is pretty timely because from my real estate perspective, inventory is low. So either the properties are good but priced high, good but priced where it should be, so there's going to be multiple offers, or boy, they need fix up, Laura. And my goodness, you walk in and you're like, really, they want to sell? And it's like, yeah, there's no competition out there. And I can tell you how many properties I've seen this first quarter and a half, Laura, where it's like, Michael, do you think I should get a rehab loan? What this needs really a lot of fix up. What can I do? And I always tell them, talk to Laura, talk to your lender, and then see if this is eligible for it. So I'm really excited to talk about this. Very timely for me professionally, and hopefully for the viewing public too, Laura.
Yeah, absolutely. The 203K loan is in the FHA family, and it helps listing agents because maybe they have a customer that wants to list their house, but the house maybe has never been updated or it was updated 25, 30 years ago. So it's, kind of dated again and it needs a little love. So it's good for that side of the ledger because then we can market it that way. But it's also good for the buyer who is looking for a house and they want maybe a particular style house. They want it in a certain geographical location. The lot's good. The frame of the house, the floor plan is good, but it needs some love, needs some attention. And that's really the perfect house for a 203K buyer to you to get that house, go under contract, but be able to renovate it before you move in. And that's really
Yeah.
the purpose of the 203K loan is to renovate and rehabilitate older housing stock. So you make it yours, make it what you want, but the loan helps you with the financing of it. So it's
So does does a 203K loan allow for a house that needs to be completely gutted and renovated from the foundation up? Or is there a limit to what can or cannot be covered within the parameters of the loan?
So that is a great question. And that's like the big question. So we have two 203K loans. One's limited, and that restricts your rehabilitation to $35,000. So that's really more like your basic cosmetics, like new carpeting or an HVAC system or a roof or however much you can get done for $35,000. No structural issues can be in that, but you could do kitchen and some bathrooms and some new flooring or whatever those elements would be. And that one's a lot more simple. The paperwork is much more reduced, and that one goes pretty smoothly and quickly. Now if you want to gut the whole house, which I did once myself. I literally bought the house and it was gutted just down to the studs of the walls. Everything gone. No bathroom, no kitchen, so and that is a full-blown standard 203K. Now, you can even take down some of the exterior walls because you can do structural, but you have to at least leave the foundation or part, the current foundation you could add on to it as well.
Mhm.
But you can't just take a bulldozer and tear everything out and literally do construction from the foundation up. You have to be leaving a piece of the house to do the 203K.
So does somebody then from either your office or a third party, do they come in like an appraiser to see what needs to be done and then guides you and your underwriting team for the 203K loan? How does that work? Like
Yes, if
the
you
verification of the loan and what needs to be done, yeah.
so you have to have an inspection, but you have to have a special inspection from a HUD approved not appraiser, HUD approved inspector who
Okay.
does a feasibility study. It's about $1,000, maybe even 1,200 now. So they come in and they do this massive report about what absolutely has to be done to meet FHA standards. And then you can say, oh, but I want these other things done. That's when you would throw in, like, I need to renovate the kitchen. I want to do the bathroom. Say they're functional, but they're whatever, olive green and gold. And so they're from the 1960s. Maybe they even still work, who knows? But if you're going to rip those out, that would be added on. But if it's something that's functional, but you want to change it, you can add that on top of the FHA required repairs. FHA required repairs are going to be anything like if the kitchen's missing or the HVAC doesn't work or the roof is bad. Those would be required for, the health and safety and minimum livability of the property, and then you can add in your other things on top of it. So it's quite extensive and it's a lot of paperwork. I think that's the downside to the 203K loan is it's a lot of work and it's a lot of paperwork, but it does in the long run get you the house that you want with the funding. So you get the purchase price plus whatever renovations you're going to do.
Okay, so in your experience, what causes a contract to fall through where the buyer's using a 203K loan?
The biggest difficulty is getting a contractor that knows how the 203Ks work and they have the financial wherewithal to do the work and then get paid afterwards. Because with the 203K, they don't get like upfront monies like on a regular, when you hire your contractor, they want a third of the project up front.
Yeah.
They have to be able to fund it and then get the inspection and then get paid. It's called, they get paid for work in place.
Okay.
So that's the most difficult thing. And there are contractors out there that just specialize in 203Ks. And kind of the issue has been is so many people are not selling, they're renovating. So contractors are really busy.
They are, yeah, and that's been a big sea change in our industry is with the low inventory, people are either renting or renovating their own places, so.
Mhm.
So, how long is the process? Well, first, before we write an offer, I have a client who wants to entertain a 203K loan. How much time do you need with them to bring them up to speed and educate them And do you need any more documents than say another FHA loan or a conventional loan or something like that?
The qualifying is just the same as, regular FHA loan. So that part is the normal documentation, but I would talk to them about, what kind, if they've already seen the house, what kind of things need fixed. And I would
Okay.
talk to you as well. And then what things do you want fixed or renovated on top of what has to be fixed? And making sure that they would qualify, for that amount. Because whatever, say they qualify for 300,000, then they probably need to be buying something minus the renovation. So maybe the house needs 50,000, so the house has to be like a 250,000 sales price, then their 50,000 renovation to get to the 300 that they qualify for. So we just want to make sure that what needs to be done, what they want to be done, fits into their qualifying. So it's just a little bit longer, you know, depending on how many questions and so on,
Yeah.
extra half hour, an hour. But the paperwork is basically the same, other than once they get the house and they get the contractor, we have to go through a lot of extra paperwork. We approve the contractor. They have to pass some financial tests. They have to provide their information. That's why you really want to use a contractor that has done 203Ks, because we need to talk to some of their clients to make sure they did a good job, they met their obligations, they worked in a timely fashion, and all of those things. So it can't be just, you know, Joe Schmo that's going to give you the cheapest price. It's got to be somebody that's familiar with that loan type and can do the work and can sustain the financial holding of, they're going to be putting out their money first and then getting reimbursed when the inspection is done. So it's different than what a normal contractor would ask for the upfront. It's just very important. And it might not be the cheapest contractor. So that's okay. We just want somebody that's going to do great work, going to do what they say, going to do it in a timely fashion, and obviously is going to do it properly. Because I have my personal experience, when the contractor walks off the job, it's doubly hard to get one to come back behind, and one that's left. So you don't want to experience that. I did that for you, so you guys don't need to do it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So a 203K loan is might take a little bit more education, but you can still have a pre-approval ready for the buyer, for us, for me. And then once we identify a property and we submit an offer, does it take the same amount of time to process the 203K loan as another FHA and conventional, or does a 203K loan take longer, so we need to extend the settlement date a little bit longer? How does that work?
Definitely takes longer, because you
Okay.
have to get those contractors out to the property. They got to do bids, that usually goes back and forth. So I would say 60 to 75 days for a 203K, because it takes time. People think you can just do it, boo, 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 boo. No, it takes time. And then you also have to be going to, whatever the stores, you might be picking out appliances, cabinetry, and all of these things take place during that time. It's a lot of work, but it's totally worth it. Like, when the house is being renovated and you start seeing all your creativity coming to, like, the vision coming to reality, it's amazing. Then you get to move in and it's like you have a brand new house, but you did it yourself. It's like new construction, except for, you started with the existing framework. It's very exciting and it's totally worth it. Personally love doing renovation, and I think it's a great thing. So I love helping my clients do it because it's so creative. You really get to use your imagination. You get to go out and pick things. The only part that I don't like picking, and I always make my husband do it, is the electrical and stuff. It's like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
I don't talk to me about electrical, but everything else I want my hands in. I want to pick it out. I like the tile and the flooring and the paint
Okay.
and all of that. And one other thing, you cannot do it yourself. This is not DIY, do it yourself. This is not for Uncle Joe to come help you. You have to have licensed contractors doing the work.
Okay, no, that's good, that's good. So I have one other question. As per the terms of the loan, does the buyer need a certain amount for down payment? Do they need a certain credit score? How does any of that work?
Um, they go pretty low. No, you don't have to have perfect credit. You know, if you have in the 600s, that's going to work out. Um, you need about 4%. There's a whole worksheet with all the numbers. So about 4%, it kind of works out to for down payment. You can negotiate seller closing costs and stuff, but you do need your own money. We don't tie these together with like first time home buyer programs because we can't meet the time thresholds for each product. They really don't work together because the like Maryland mortgage program, they have their own timeline and requirements of lenders, and then the 203K has its own thing. They really don't mesh up. So you have to have some of your own money. You can get seller help, and certain things we can just roll into the loan.
Right, great.
It's a great
That's-
product. It really works. You know, you're going to want to look for location, the lot you want, and the skeleton, the bones of the house. And that's everything you want. The rest we can fix. Yay. It's even
Excellent.
more fun.
So if somebody would like more information, is there anything we can give away today? If somebody likes, subscribes, and shares?
Sure. I have some information that I can certainly send out to them, some PDFs and stuff, and they can always reach me. My number is right there behind me. And we can schedule a time to like run through numbers, talk about how it works. And, even I have some referrals for contractors and stuff. You can talk to them and, kind of put all of that information together and then go out shopping for your next home that you're going to make from whatever it is currently and give it some love and bring it back up to like the Beauty and the Beast thing and start
Yeah,
out
yeah,
beastly and turn
yeah.
into a beautiful house.
That's awesome. Well, this was a great topic, Laura. Thank you so much. Very timely, and certainly provides maybe an option to our viewers, and maybe they hadn't thought about when it comes to finding a home in this tough market. So thank you so much, Laura. This was great.
Thank you. Talk to you soon. Don't forget to call us and like, subscribe, and share on our YouTube channel. Bye,
Excellent.
everybody.
Bye bye.